I think that attending the class has its own value. If you miss the class and rely only on the recording, at least personally, I experience a lot of trouble with that, because if I have to ask a question, then I have to now wait for an office hours, or I will go back confused कि क्या हुआ. So, what is your experience of it? आप लोग तो सब आए हैं, तो हो सकता है आपके साथ भी यही होता हो, but it must have happened sometime with some of you that you had to miss a class and rely on the recording. How has that experience been? Are recordings fully sufficient to replace the live class?
No, sir, not at
Hello.
all.
Yeah, because that was what I also felt. Because had they been sufficient, I would have simply recorded my lectures and shared them with you. In fact, why record new lectures? I have recordings of last year already available with me. I can share them with you right away. I believe that each one of us make this class. I am just a facilitator. I am presenting something, but it is you who really define the class. Biswa is already here, and ask him. Uh, every time I teach this course, uh, different concepts come up, and I stress on what the class asks about and requests for. For example, I distinctly remember that last year we did not spend as much time on column decoding in the class. Biswa, you were in the column decoding class last time. Do you think we spent as much time in column decoding last year as we spent this year? Biswa?
Yes, sir.
Kya yes, sir? Did we spend as much time last year as we spent this year on the column decoding chapter section?
Column decoding, sir. Last time I think we spent last time, sir, in paging also you have spent it time, no? That is also fine, I think. And we could have one extra little months, 20 minutes extra time for that because people couldn't able to understand. I think last time they didn't attend the class. That will be the problem for them.
See, जितना मुझे याद है, last time means when in winter 2020 we ran this course.
Yes,
I
sir.
think I spent just around 20 minutes in total on column decoding, or 30 minutes. Whereas in the last class, we spent about an hour on column decoding.
But that is the case. But sir, the main thing is like the student, like they are not attending the class, that might impact them when they will be listening the
Yeah,
video directly.
yeah. So what I intend to tell you or share with you is that you define the class as much as I do.
Yes, sir.
So please tell your friends not to miss classes for assignments. Assignments will happen. Anyways, they will happen. But missing classes to do assignments is not really a good idea. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So coming to the class, what were we doing last time? जैसे अभी हम sense amplifier cover करेंगे. For example, we started with sense amplifiers last time. Today we will cover sense amplifier. This is one of the most critical circuits in a memory. There will be projects based on sense amplifiers, and if people are missing, half the class is not there. They will struggle. So the recording is there, but even then, when you cover it in a class, in a live session, it is very, very different. So even now, if you can, ping your classmates and ask them to join. I don't know, but it's a funny idea to miss a live class and watch a recording later. But that's your choice. So coming to what you were doing in the last class. Yes. Where were we?
So we started with the other IO circuits after we discussed the pre-charge circuit completely. So we started with the column decoding and we studied 3 cases of column decoding, and we saw in each case like why the first case was not advantageous and the second case was having advantage and having disadvantage at the same time. And then there was that hybrid model where we studied a mix of both, the thing where we actually mixed the row decoding part with the column decoding, and then we
Mm-hmm.
actually then finally move to the I mean the introduction of the conventional sense amplifier, which is modeled like which looks similar to a 60s cell only.
Mm-hmm. So why do we need a sense amplifier?
I mean, otherwise you could have directly used an inverter for the read operation, but sense amplifier is required because, for an inverter, you would have to have a full swing of VDD, to get the bit line value and actually check whether it is actually a read operation correctly or not. So, but in the sense amplifier, you can actually, have a small differential created on the bit lines, and that sense amplifier उसको वहाँ पे latch करके वो जो bistable latch था, you can directly check the read operation, so it will actually boost your performance of the cell circuit. So that is the case.
So what we are saying is that sense amplifier improves the performance of my memory. Anything else?
So we can work at very low powers and with the help of sense amplifier, because that also, if it senses a small change even at that point also, then also it would amplify and produce the read operation.
Yeah, so when the bit line capacitance is very large, instead of going for a large swing on the bit line, you go for a very small differential creation, and then the sense amplifier therefore reduces overall power consumption. So sense amplifier is a very interesting circuit in the sense that it improves the speed and also lowers the power, which is usually not the case. See, when you typically would want to improve the speed, what happens? Power degrades. Or when you try to reduce the power consumption, say by lowering voltage, what happens? Speed degrades. So over here, by using a sense amplifier, you're able to gain both. So it's a very, very interesting circuit, and it is important that we understand how it is used. Okay, so coming back to the slides there.
Sir, I have a small doubt.
Yes.
Sir, it is in the column decoding, sir, first implementation. There we were saying that since PMOS cannot pass a good, it would pass a higher zero. So that will create a problem. So we are saying we will also incorporate a NMOS. So sir, how exactly would we incorporate that NMOS? Because if I am connecting it like that, then in any case, all the bit lines would be on. It looks like that.
So you have to have a separate control circuit there.
So
You'll have to invert the select signal and put that on the NMOS, na?
Right, sir.
When you have a transmission gate, you do not put the same signal on both PMOS and NMOS.
Yes, sir.
Nahin?
Yes, yes.
So the same thing you do here. Yeah, the same thing you do here. Okay.
So I also had a question from the last class. Can I ask?
Yeah.
So when we were looking at the column decoding, like we specifically looked at the column decoding part. I mean, like, is it like how do we where and how do we handle the row decoding specifically for the
We will look at that hopefully today, or we will look at that in the next class. Hopefully today.
Okay. So whatever we have looked at today is like for a particular word line, what all bit lines needs to be read or written. The column decoding.
Yeah. We only looked at column decoding yet. We were looking at IO circuits only till now. Row decoder is a different circuit, so we will look at that later.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going part by part.
I thought decoding complete ho gaya wo, matlab.
No, this is only column decoding that we have seen.
Okay.
So this was the conventional sense amplifier that we looked at, which is essentially a convertible latch, in the sense that it converts into a latch when SAEN goes to 1. When SAEN goes to 1, what happens? Whatever is the voltage on the bit line and bit line bar, that is sampled on these internal nodes, Vout and Vout bar, and this thing converts itself into a latch because the NMOS pulls the ground up there, and we are able to read a 0 or a 1 depending on whether bit line was low or bit line bar was low. This part is clear. Sense amplifier functionality that we discussed till last time, this is the same thing. So what we do is we initially pre-charge these nodes to VDD along with the bit lines. When the word line goes high, we switch off the pre-charge for the bit lines and also the sense amplifier. A small differential starts to appear on, let us say, bit line bar. That differential is also, because it's a PMOS, is also transmitted onto the SAF node. Okay, SAT node would remain like this. When SAEN, sense enable, goes to 1, what happens? At once. So now this is a latch. So this will become a latch. And we know that over here there is VDD, and on the other side there is VDD minus delta V. So since both the NMOSs have VDD or VDD minus delta V on their gates, both the NMOSs will sink lots of current. As they sink current, what happens? SAF will fall and SAT will also fall. But soon enough, because it's a latching operation and there is a difference, VDD minus delta V, this NMOS is slower, the pace of fall would reduce. And this pace of fall would only increase. And what happens? You finally are able to read a 0 or a 1 depending on what the data was. Let us look at it from the animation that was already there on the slide. So मैंने अभी SAF को fall करवाया था. In the animation, SAT is being taken to a lower value. So when sense enable comes, what happens? As soon as sense enable comes, SAF falls initially, but then goes up, and SAT continues to fall. And this then is latched onto an output. Is that fine?
Sir, what
As
is
in-
that?
No, the signal is not there. This is
Okay,
a
yes.
spurious animation. Don't worry about this.
Yes, sir. Last time also I was confused.
Yeah. This is no signal there. Not there. There is no circuit where the signal is going. It might be a error in the animation. Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
so could you explain this part कि SAF initially fall करके फिर एकदम से rise हो जा रहा है? So like as in like when the sense amplifier was going high, so it was like converting it to a simple latch. So
SAEN was going high.
yeah, sense enable was going high. तो हमारा वो लैच बन जा रहा था और हमारा वो वर्ड लाइन भी क्लोज हो गई थी, पास गेट सॉरी पास गेट भी क्लोज हो गया था. तो यहाँ पे हमारा कुछ एचएफ पे इनिशियली डिप था थोड़ा सा एंड एसएटी पर डिप नहीं था.
नहीं ऐसे या इस एनिमेशन में सैफ पे कम डिप है, सैट पे ज्यादा डिप है. लेटर से सैफ पे डिप नहीं था.
हाँ ठीक है.
ओके, सैट पे डिप था. अब जो ये लैच बना तो क्या हुआ, इस वाले इनपुट पे क्या है, वीडीडी माइनस डेल्टा वी. इस वाले एनमॉस के इनपुट पे क्या है, वीडीडी. बोथ द एनमॉसेस आर ऑन नाउ because VGS is greater than VT. Both will sync current.
Right.
This will sync some current and this will sync some current. Now since the gate of this NMOS is full VDD, this will sync more current than what this NMOS will sync.
Right.
So this will fall at some rate which is lower than this rate.
Correct.
Soon what happens, because this has fallen below VT, so this has fallen below VT, this NMOS will go off. So further falling is prevented.
PMOS will work, right, in that case?
And the PMOS will turn on, so it will take it up back to 0, back to 1.
Understood, sir. Yeah.
Is this fine? Any questions? This is an intuitive way to understand a sense amplifier. You can write all the equations to solve this also. Anyways, you will. If you really want to work on a sense amplifier, design a new sense amplifier, you have to see where the mismatch is coming from. You have to see all those things. So you will have to write the equations. But the most important thing is to understand it intuitively first. Once you understand it intuitively, you can model it with the equations also. Is that intuitive understanding okay? Any questions?
Sir, so I was just thinking that like instead of having these 7 transistors and out of which I guess most of them are PMOS with larger sizes, so can we had a simpler circuit where we would have a differential created just by some kind of a simple like analog op amp or something like that outside the memory IO, and that could have I mean, like,
So-
why to have a bigger circuit in the memory itself and lose our area?
So how many? So anyways, you will require to put an op-amp then for every bit.
Op-amp could have been like off memory kind of a thing, right?
So what? On silicon, you have to read the memory, na? So op-amp would be needed for every bit anyways.
Hmm.
Now, if you put it outside the memory, what happens? Any other crosstalk, anything else will also start to impact your bit lines.
Acha.
Bit lines are small swing signals. You do not want them to encounter any such variations.
Mhm.
है ना? तुम तो कल हमारी उसमें भी थे ना, वीकली मीटिंग में भी थे.
हाँ
So you saw the layout that Prabhat had made.
नहीं, मैं चला गया था कल 4:30 पे.
Okay. So if you have digital signals interact with your sense amplifier, there is a lot of crosstalk that will appear, and these are small swing signals. Let us say you wanted to create a differential of 25 millivolts between SAT and SAS. Okay, but there is a digital signal that is running just close to SAS or SAT, let us say. And when SAT was falling, that digital signal had a up transition on it, a rising transition on it, a full swing rising transition on it. कुछ ना करके भी your 25 will go to 20. You don't want that to happen. Your sense amplifier will fail. So you do not want to bring out any analog signals from memory IP into the digital domain. See, memory is a complex mixed signal design. That much you must have understood by now, is it not? We are talking about digital when we are talking about column decoding. We are talking about analog when we are talking about the memory cell, and when we are talking about the sense amplifier. So it's a reasonably complex mixed signal design. Mixed signal designs have to be handled extremely carefully. That is why a full course on this. Otherwise, why do we need a course on memory design? The DVD sufficient tha. है ना? So in memories, we cover concepts which you will not cover in pure analog, and which you will not cover even in pure digital. And it's such a unique circuit that you will not even cover it in mixed signal design course. It's a separate beast. Okay. So you do not want to keep sense amplifier, or you do not want to take any small swing signal out of the memory. You want to take out only digital signals out of the memory.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
आगे बढ़े?
Sir, one question, sir.
Yes.
Sir, it might be very basic, but sir, like I do not know, or I do not understand why do we say analog and digital? Like here too, we are considering the non-idealities and writing the equations, and we are saying that this is analog part and this is digital. In basically, I see that everything is analog, and then we classify it into digital. So what is that qualifying factor? Like how do we classify?
Yeah. So when the only behavior that you're looking for is large swing behavior, that you are close to VDD, 80% of VDD तक आ गए तो आप उसको VDD ही मान लोगे, 1 मान लोगे. And when you are at around 20% of VDD, then you will count it as 0. Then that is your thresholds. And that is where you are working, then you call it digital. Okay. But when you are worried about 10 millivolts, 20 millivolts, 50 millivolts, and so on, you call it analog.
Okay, sir. This is how we classify them.
Yeah, I would say that when we are looking at full swing signals and behavior at full swing signal level, you call it digital. But in memory, we don't do that. In memory, we look at small swing on bit line. And therefore, any small swing signal analysis is analog.
Okay.
But column decoding is all digital. Column decoding, mein, if you talk about selection of a pass gate, you say, okay, VDD tak chala gaya, VDD pura nahi bhi gaya, VDD se 100 millivolt lower bhi tha, then also it is VDD for you. Is it not? The pass gate is on. That is all that you were looking for.
Yes, sir. Yes.
है ना, but bitline you can't say that.
थोड़ा सा ही होता है इसमें.
Yeah, that is why it is a mixed signal design.
Okay, sir.
आगे बढ़े.
So what are we terming reaction time as?
We'll come to that.
Okay.
Okay. So now we will come to this. So what we said was that SAT and SAF will go, one will go to 0, the other will go to 1. So what happens then? How will you bring the output out? Because you had two signals, SAT and SAF. In one slide, we also call them as Vout and Vout B. So what comes out? Essentially, what is required is, see, soon after you have done this, you will want to reset the sense amplifier for the next read operation. Once you've read, you want to now initiate the next read operation also. That is what your frequency is. That is what your cycle time would be. So what happens? You will now take it back up and you will take the other side also back up. So whatever you had read is lost. Now what to do? So what is done is that to still make the output available for the user after the sense amplifier has been reset, you need to put a latch somewhere. Okay, so this is one latch, but what is also done is, for example, let us say this is Vout and this is Vout bar. They are coming from the sense amplifier. They are two outputs of the sense amplifier, let us say. So what you do is, you put two inverters on one inverter on the other. One of them you put on the NMOS and one of them you put on the PMOS. So which one will you put on the NMOS? And then you put a latch after this. And this is where your Q is, output. So now tell me, which one would be NMOS and which one would be PMOS? How would you decide?
So the left side one would be the, okay, कुछ भी हो सकता है 0 1 में से, left side right तो.
कुछ भी हो सकता है, क्यों?
I mean the left side could have been initially 1, then वो दो इन्वर्टर की चेन से आके फिर 1 हो जाता. राइट साइड में 1 होके वो 0 हो सकता था, वो 0 के भी 1 हो सकता था. So
what do you want in this kind of a circuit? You have done the flip-flop, you've seen the flip-flop. What do you want? I have a latch here, which I am using to hold the data. Whatever I have read from the sense amplifier, I will latch it over here. So what should this be? What should be the status of this circuit? Should this be an inverter? Should this be a tri-state kind of stuff? What should be the status of this once I have latched?
okay, once you have latched, that circuit should be off. I mean that latch should be independent.
Yes. So once I have latched something into this, now I do not need this to drive it. So if this is not to be driving, what is the reset state of SAT and SAF?
1.
In a reset state, both are 1. So after one inversion, I get a 0. What device should be here?
NMOS.
So that this device is inactive. NMOS.
Sorry. NMOS.
And over here, I have a PMOS. So in a reset state, this sense amplifier is not doing anything to the output. But once one of the outputs has gone to 0, let us say this has gone to 0, this goes to 0, this drives a 1. This drives a 1 into the latch. Then when it resets, the latch should have already written by then. So this time that it takes for the sense amplifier to write into the latch after all this delay is called reaction time. Basically, one way to also look at it is कि you are somehow bit and bit bar के उसको आपने यहाँ पे latch कर दिया. This is in a way a sense amplifier in itself. यहाँ पे आपका bit और bit bar आया था और आपने उसको latch कर दिया. That is a sense amplifier in itself.
So the total memory access time for a read operation is the reaction time plus the time taken from the bit cell to the sense amplifier. A differential
Yes.
equation.
Yes.
सर
ठीक है ना?
आई हैव अ क्वेश्चन
हम्म,
तो मीन्स हम एक सेल में 1 और 0 स्टोर करते हैं कि 1 और 0 या 0 1 सो हियर when we are reading 1 0 so what should be the output when we are reading means how are we saying
So
that
that depends on what you write. For example, when you were trying to write a 0, let us say you stored 0 on BLB side.
yes
So now when you read, you have to ensure that when BLB falls, you read a 0 output. All that it requires is one inversion here.
the
Or
means
connection of sense amplifier in such a way that you don't even need an inverter there.
यस सर बेसिकली हम मेमोरी में जैसे कि डिजिटल में ये पढ़ते हैं कि हम 1 0 1 0 कॉम्बिनेशन में हम स्टोर करते हैं अगर लेट से अगर इसका वैल्यू देखें तो लेट से ए फॉर एग्जांपल ए के लिए हम 1 0 1 0 मींस ये 4 बिट से हम रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं तो हम जब मेमोरी में जैसे रीड राइट करेंगे तो हम एक सेल में हम 1 स्टोर करवाना है तो लेट से बी पे मैंने 1 स्टोर करवाया तो ऐसे ए के लिए मैं 4 सेल में 1 0 1 0 सिर्फ बी में स्टोर करवाऊंगा ऐसे होगा तो मीन्स
So आप देखो, the thing is that when you want to store a 0, if you have designed an algorithm which says that storing a 0 means BLB goes to 0, then you will do that for all the bit lines like that. ठीक है? Whatever you do for that particular bit line, you do the same operation in the read also, because the cell is symmetrical in nature. Realize this. अगर लिखते हुए, let us look at this. If at the time of writing, let me clean this up a bit. If at the time of writing, let us say there is this memory cell BLT, BLF, and BLB, and BL and BLB are connected to a sense amplifier, and they are also connected to a write driver. ठीक है? So now, if D equal to 0 meant that BL will go to 0. Let us say D equal to 0 meant that B will go to 0. Then when BL go to 0, my Q should also go to 0. What that may mean is that you may either need to connect a inversion stage at the sense amplifier, or let us say अभी आपने ऐसा कुछ करा, ठीक है? Now you change the write driver and you said D equal to 0 means instead of BL, BLB will go to 0. All that you need to do is you need to now connect bit line here and bit line bar like this, and you get the required inversion.
okay,
Are you
sir.
able to see this?
Yes so for my example like for 1 0 1 0 how will be storing and reading means I'm not able to actually get the thing like we are storing 1 0 1 0 in a format and if I want to store let's say 1 0 1 0 for A so how are we deciding uh, at what BLB or BL we are going to
You
write
decide whatever you want.
so then
What
we have
difference
to
does it make?
remember where we have wrote while reading
Yeah. So whatever you decide, you just remember that, na? What's the big deal? You are the designer.
okay sir
You are the designer, na? When you designed 0 1, suppose to store 1 0 1 0, you did, let us say
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. Now at the time of reading, you should connect the sense amplifier bit lines in a way that you actually read 1010. Whether this means that sense amplifier will be connected like this, then connect it like this, else connect it the other way around. Let the bit lines go like this.
Okay, sir. तो
जैसा
मीन्स
करा था उसको वैसे रीड करेंगे बस.
तो मीन्स ऐसा होता है कि क्या हम एक ही चूज कर लेते हैं कि मैं इस मेमोरी में सिर्फ BLB पे ही राइट करूंगा, चाहे 0 हो
नहीं,
या 1 हो, वहीं से रीड करूंगा.
ऐसा कैसे होगा? हम 2 बिट लाइंस क्यों यूज कर रहे हैं फिर? देखो ना,
सर
सेंस
यही.
एम्पलीफायर में भी तो 2 बिट लाइंस आ रही हैं.
हम्म,
It is just where they get connected that is changing.
ओके सर. तो मीन्स यही हो रहा था कि अगर मैं डिफरेंट डिफरेंट चीज़ें मैं राइट कर रहा हूँ तो वो मुझे रिमेम्बर करनी होंगी कि मैंने इस पे ये राइट करा था, देन वही रीड करने के लिए तो डिफरेंट बिट लाइंस को मैंने सेंस एम्पलीफायर में कनेक्ट करना होगा. तो ऐसे ऐसे तो मीन्स मैं अगर मैं 100 वर्ड्स लिखूंगा तो 100 अगर मैं डिफरेंट डिफरेंट कॉम्बिनेशन में लिखूंगा तो प्रॉब्लम नहीं आएगी फिर सर. मीन्स मैं
तभी
ये
तो
कह
कह
रहा
रहा
हूँ
हूँ, आपने जो आप एक मिनट, आप हर वर्ड के लिए अलग लॉजिक तो नहीं लगाने वाले ना. आप जाके सिलिकॉन के अंदर, यू नॉट गोइंग टू चेंज द वायर्स, द वे द वायर्स आर कनेक्टेड.
कि नो सर.
So you make it just one set of connections once. So once you make it, you remember it.
यस सर.
So that when you read, you can make the when you make the right driver, you remember what you did. Then you make the sense amplifier and make the connections accordingly. That's it.
ओके सर.
Is it clear?
यस सर.
See, you are not going to change anything after putting the design on silicon. Whatever you decide, and then you connect the sense amplifier accordingly. It's done.
ओके सर.
समझ में आया?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So, I mean, in a way, and just to summarize that, I will decide कि मैंने BLB पे ही राइट करूंगा तो वहीं से रीड करूंगा मैं, अगर मैं डिसाइड करता हूँ तो.
So again, let me clarify again. When you want to write a 0, if you decide BLB will discharge, then when you read a 0 on BLB, you should give the output 0. If on the other hand, and what this also means is that when you read a 0 on BL, then you should give the output 1.
Yes, sir, it is clear. Yes.
On the other hand, if you decide the other way around, that when I want to write a 0, BL will go to 0, then when BL goes to 0, you read an output, you give an output 0, and when BLB goes to 0, you give an output 1.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you're not reading and writing from only one bit line. You're using both the bit lines there. Okay.
Yes, sir.
We have a differential bit cell and a differential sense amplifier that we're talking about till now. Okay, there would be single-ended bit cells also, but अभी तक हमने खाली differential bit cell की बात करी है. You may want to do a single-ended bit cell in your project, but not yet. Okay. आगे बढ़े.
सर सेंस एम्पलीफायर के बाद जो हम इन्वर्टर्स लगा रहे थे सर, उनका रोल एग्जैक्टली क्या है इसमें सर्किट में?
आप बताओ.
सर डिले प्रोवाइड करना, मतलब अब वो सर ये समझ में आ रहा है कि डिले अगर प्रोवाइड करना चाह रहे हैं तो वो हम इसलिए प्रोवाइड करना चाह रहे हैं ताकि सेंस एम्पलीफायर पे जो हम लोग एग्जैक्टली 0 और 1 लाना चाह रहे हैं वो आ जाए प्रॉपर्ली, उसके लिए कि सर वो मतलब लैच तक ले जाने के लिए, लैच में स्टोर करने के लिए हम डिले प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं. वो किस लिए डिले प्रोवाइड किया वो समझ नहीं.
डिले प्रोवाइड हम क्यों करना चाहेंगे? हमें तो फास्टेस्ट रीड करना है ना. व्हाई डू आई वांट टू ऐड डिले इन आउटपुट पाथ? सो डिले प्रोवाइड करना इज नॉट द पर्पस.
यस सर.
सो व्हाट एल्स कुड बी द पर्पस? Very good question. No one else asked this. I'm very happy that you asked, but what could be the purpose?
सर मीन्स हमें डिफरेंशियल चाहिए था जब हम रीसेट में थे, तो हमने
So let us say we do not put these two inverters. We directly connect this to this PMOS. यही सवाल है ना,
Yes, sir.
और तो कुछ नहीं है सवाल. So why did we put two inverters here also? Why did we not directly connect it to the PMOS? What do you think?
Sir,
Mhm.
sir, when we use sense amplifier for reading, we will have some differential voltage, right?
That will be here on the inputs. Yes.
Yes, sir. Sir, and coming to the output, we will have perfect 0 and 1. Do we have that?
So the output would be usually VDD. Both the things will be VDD. During read operation, one will fall, the other will fall, and then rise up to VDD. This is how it will happen, and then both will reset.
Okay, sir.
Why these two inverters?
So would it be for
हाँ कंटिन्यू सर. मुझे जो लग रहा है रीजन सर वो ये लग रहा है जैसे मतलब अगर हम उस समय एग्जैक्टली 1 अगर नहीं आ पाया उस पे, तो वो क्या करेगा सर, नीचे वाला जो सर्किट है उसको मतलब वेरी कर सकता है चीजों, तो वो उस समय हो सकता है कि हम कुछ गलत सेंस कर लें, इस वजह से शायद जो थोड़ा सा डिले चाहिए ही होगा हमें.
sir? So I guess it would
So
be.
delay is not the purpose.
It
Again,
would I guess delay in a way is not. हमें delay add नहीं करना, हमें I guess matching करने का एक तरीके से कोशिश करनी होगी, because जो सेकंड वाला राइट साइड वाला दो इन्वर्टर है उन दोनों का मिला के उससे मैच होना चाहिए लेफ्ट साइड वाले से, बिकॉज आई मीन देयर वुड बी अ सिनेरियो व्हेन सपोज लेफ्ट साइड पे आपका 1 या 0 कुछ आ गया, बट उस साइड पे आपके दो मतलब दोनों साथ में ऑफ या ऑन होने चाहिए ना एनमोस पीमोस, जब आप रीसेट स्टेट से या कहीं नॉर्मल स्टेट पे आ रहे हो. आई गेस ये
So-
होगा कि
so you use the right word, but itna nahi. Okay. So what we want is that the sense amplifier for both SAT and SAF nodes should see same load. So when you put an inverter here, exactly same size inverter you put here also, so that there is a balance between SAT and SAF nodes. If you do not have the inverters and you say that, okay, I will size this PMOS according to this inverter, then your output will not be balanced. See, you want sizing of this to be independent of what is the size of this inverter. Is it not? Because you want it according to a given drive strength. You want to drive the output with some given strength. So the sizing of this PMOS should be independent of the sizing of this inverter. So to do that, you say that, okay, now by putting first inverter of the same size, I have ensured that my sense amplifier is safe. Both its outputs have equal load. Okay, and then you size this particular driver the way you want it to. Does this help?
ये सब मतलब कुछ कुछ समझ में आया साइजिंग की फैक्ट.
कुछ समझ में आया is not really the right answer. I want समझ में आ गया या नहीं आया? If there is any question, please ask.
सर मतलब जो साइजिंग हम लोग अब जैसे मेनली हमने अब इस साइड तो हमने एक और इन्वर्टर फिर लगा दिया, तो फिर से फिर हम
तो नहीं लगाओगे तो PMOS को इनएक्टिव कैसे करोगे?
तो सर फिर तो हम इस साइड हमने लोड बढ़ा दिया, तो फिर
लोड कहाँ बढ़ाया? इस सेंसैम को क्या लोड दिख रहा है? इसके आगे मैं कुछ भी लगाऊं, मैं 1000 फेम्टोफैरेड का कैपेसिटर लगा दूं, इस सेंसैम को क्या फर्क पड़ रहा है? सेंसैम के लिए तो यही लोड है ना, यहाँ पे आके लोड खत्म हो गया सेंसैम का.
अच्छा ओके.
उसके आगे मैं कितनी लंबी चेन लगाऊं, तुम्हें क्या?
yes.
मैं तो एक छोटा सा इन्वर्टर ही लगाया ताकि ये पीमोस को इनएक्टिव कर दे इन रीसेट.
yes.
ठीक है,
yes.
आगे बढ़े.
yes.
ओके. So why do you think we will need this kind of a sense amplifier? What is the difference between this sense amplifier and the earlier one that we had seen?
You have replaced the PMOS pass gates with the capacitor on both the sides, and you have tapped the internal nodes with the PMOS, separate PMOS, P9 basically.
Yeah, so that was also already there. We had these initially.
अच्छा ओके
ये
ओके 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 ओके
है ना, आपने इनको हटा दिया.
हाँ हाँ हाँ.
What is the benefit of replacing those transistors with this, and by removing the pass gates, the pre-charge over here? What is the difference? What is the benefit that you can think of?
Sir,
Mm-hmm.
in the capacitor side, we can remove the pre-charge circuit. No?
So we have already removed the pre-charge circuit, na? Where is the pre-charge? We removed that. There is only an equalizer now.
Okay, sir.
Pre-charge तो हमने हटा ही दिया ना. So why could I remove the pre-charge? Chalo, you said remove the pre-charge. Why could I remove the pre-charge?
I mean, capacitor action will take place, right? If one side voltage increases, then automatically.
So I have replaced the PMOSes with this capacitor. What you're saying is this capacitor will do the same function as of the earlier PMOSes. It will transmit the change in voltage over here to that place. Okay, that is fine. But why did I need to put a capacitor in the first place? Why did I even think of it?
Sir, even in pre-charge cycle, I mean pre-charge time, BL will go to 1. At the same time, the other side of capacitor will also go to 1, right?
Yeah.
So we don't need pre-charge. I mean extra pre-charge circuit, right? That is why we have it, maybe.
So why did I need to put an equalizer also then? अगर चला ही जाना था, if it would go to 1 so easily, why do I need to put an equalizer at all?
Sir, it's just a backup thing. We can't assure, right? I mean.
Oh. Are you sure?
Sorry, sir. No idea.
So if there is a capacitor, is it necessary that voltage on both the sides will be equal?
No, sir.
No.
Yes.
Yes or no?
No, I mean not necessary.
Not necessary. So when this is VDD, you're not sure if this is also VDD. But you just made an assumption that this will also go to VDD.
Yeah, yes, it's wrong.
So that assumption is not valid, na?
Yes, sir.
So now, why do I put a capacitor in place of a PMOS? What's the benefit I can draw out of it?
I mean, you can do the read operation without taking the internal nodes to full VDD as we had to do earlier. So internal nodes this time will, like the SAF and SAT will now not be VDD जो पहले करना पड़ रहा था, फिर वो discharge हो रहे थे bit lines and all. So I guess you save on the read time and also I guess some of power. So what will happen is that capacitive की वजह से small discharge जो होगा, that I mean जो charge differential create होगा वहाँ पर, that okay I mean I was just thinking that कि यहाँ पे VDD नहीं चाहिए होगा, VDD से कम में काम हो जाएगा. I mean proper reason है भी बहुत सारा.
Actually, that is the case. That is the case. See what happens. We studied about DVFS in the DVD course. What is DVFS?
So you model you subsequently lower the frequency and the voltage together, scaling करके उसको
So
best
when you do not want very high performance, you say that, okay, I will lower the frequency of operation and I will also lower the voltage at which my circuit is operating. है ना? So let us say you want to operate only at 50 megahertz. And memory can actually operate at 50 megahertz when you go to, let us say, 0.6 volts. But the problem is this bit cell. This cannot go below 0.8 volts. So what do? Because bit cell cannot go below 0.8 volts, you say that my memory will only go to 0.8. So even when you wanted a speed equivalent to 50, I will anyway assure you speed equivalent to 150 megahertz. So I cannot really do DVFS full justice. Are you able to see this? There is a Vmin. Aapne, you studied the bit cell. You studied that as you go to very low voltages, SNM degrades, writability degrades. So you really cannot take MEMCell to a very low voltage. This much you agree? Hello? If you want to take bit cell to a very low voltage, you will have to increase the size of the bit cell. Am I right? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So I do not want to waste area. So for any given bit cell, if it is a dense bit cell, I cannot go below what we call as minimum voltage of operation, VDD min. So that will limit the DVFS that we can do on the memory. यहाँ तक क्लियर है?
सर DVFS क्या है, मतलब ये हम लोगों को पता नहीं कैसे क्या है इसमें.
DVFS, okay, let me explain that again. DVFS is dynamic voltage and frequency scaling. You have a cell phone. Are you always using it at the maximum performance?
No, sir.
So if the clock inside the cell phone continues to run at the maximum performance, it will drain battery very fast.
Yes, sir.
So what do the cell phone manufacturers do?
जब काम नहीं कर रहे होंगे तो
जब हमें वो loading नहीं डालना है, when we do not really need the highest performance, the cell phone manufacturers say that, okay, let me lower the frequency of operation. So even though the processor can operate at 2.4 gigahertz, that is what the specification said. Most of the time, your cell phone operates at only 150 or 200 megahertz because it is lying idle on the side. So at 1.1 volts, your system was operating at 2.4 gigahertz.
Yes, sir.
Now you want it to operate only at 200 megahertz. What do? To save power, you also lower the voltage. Everything else can go to 0.5 volts, but your memory cell says, no, I cannot go below 0.8.
Yes.
Now the other parts of the circuit could also not go below 0.8. So you have put a limit on DVFS, limit on leakage recovery.
Yes.
Now tell what could happen over here. Why would I need this sense amplifier? So this was a hint. Now why do I need a different sense amplifier? Let us say I call it VDD A and call it VDD P. Now you're able to see something. Now connected with Swapnil, what Swapnil had said a little while back.
Yes, sir. मतलब ओके सर, मतलब सेंस एम्पलीफायर के लिए हम लोग वो काम कम वोल्टेज पे करवा सकते हैं.
Yes, now I can operate the sense amplifier at a voltage VDD-P which is lesser than VDD-A.
Yes.
Because I am coupling through a capacitance.
Yes, sure.
Okay, and I have removed the pre-charge so that I save more power and I am actually as close to the Q point of this this latch as possible. Almost as VD by 2. See क्या होगा? पिछले ऑपरेशन के बाद one of the sides will go to 1, other side will go to 0. By putting an equalizer, what do? You take both of them to almost VDD by 2. That is the trip point of the sense amplifier. So even a small differential will now quickly help you read 0 or 1. Are you able to see this?
Yes.
So over here we have made the capacitors separately. Another way to have a capacitive kind of a coupling between bit line and sense amplifier is by using gate coupled sense amplifiers. You see over here bit line is coming to the gate of the NMOS. There is a natural capacitor at the gate, and you can achieve a similar operation as this one. What is the challenge with this one? It is right staring you in the face right away. What is the challenge if you couple it with the transistor gate like this?
Sir, it is not a constant capacitor, right?
It's not a constant capacitor. Yes. Something else also?
It depends on the region of operation.
Yeah. So it is not a constant capacitor. Still the same reason. What
The
else?
bitline differential would have to be large, sir, to turn on and off the N2 and N.
वो यहाँ पे भी होगा. See, as soon as you talk of capacitive coupling instead of resistive coupling, you will have to create a differential which is large enough so that the coupling does its job properly. See, look over here. There is a stack of 3 NMOSs now. That stack is limited to 2 over here. So you wanted to save power. You wanted to take VDDP as low as possible. This sense amplifier would be faster than this one at low voltages. Are you able to see this? Hello? I will wait until you acknowledge.
Yes, sir.
आगे बढ़े?
Yes, sir.
सर एक चीज यहाँ पे जो कैपेसिटर था उसका ऑलरेडी 0.2 का डिफरेंशियल शुरू से ही था. अगर हम 0.6 लेके चल रहे हैं उधर और 0.8 उधर का चल रहे हैं बिट लाइन को लेकर, तो जो आगे डिफरेंशियल क्रिएट होगा उससे 0.2 से मतलब वो एक्स्ट्रा होगा या फिर आई मीन
ज़्यादा ही होगा.
I mean, so is it like the differential creation between the bitline and bitline bar should be greater than 0.2 और वो तो नहीं है ना?
No. ऐसा क्यों है? That is not required ना.
I mean, basically the capacity जब वो basically discharging तब वो differential creation
So
होगा.
wait. If this is 0.6, let us say, and suppose let us say we also had pre-charge over here, and we pre-charged it to 0.6. So this is 0.8, this is 0.6. So what? Both for the sense amplifier, both are at 0.6 for now.
Okay.
There's no differential.
Okay.
Now you discharge this. So this 0.6 will go to 0.56. So there is a 40 millivolt differential now. Now you operate the sense amplifier. Now, how much you needed to discharge this to get a 40 millivolt over here is dependent on the size of this capacitor. If you have a very big capacitor, you discharge it only to 0.76 and it will get to 0.56 over here. If the capacitor is not very large, then 0.72 will lead to 0.56 over here. Are you able to see this?
Yes, sir. Also, but capacitor तो fabricate करने में कितना मुश्किल है, तब भी हम ये वाला use करेंगे.
This capacitor has to be a metal capacitor, metal capacitor. Okay.
Sir?
Yes.
Then how can we handle that variable capacitance thing, sir? Like if the capacitance.
So if it is a metal capacitor, that is not varying, no?
Yes, sir. I mean in the second architecture where the stack.
Yeah, so you just characterize it. You characterize with that variation, and then say this is the offset that I need.
Okay, sir.
There's no other thing that you can do, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay? Yeah. So in fact, there are many more variants of sense amplifiers. I have myself published more than 8-9 papers on sense amplifiers. Ye variant, wo variant, and so on. So there is a lot of tweaking and tuning that you can do around sense amplifiers. This in fact is a patent. So you will see lots of papers on sense amplifiers. This is that same sense amplifier now coupled inside a memory and kind of showing you the mux kind of a characteristic. See, यहाँ पे bit 0, bit 1, bit 2, bit 3. So for 4 bits, you have one sense amplifier. It is the same thing as saying that you have a mux first and then you place a sense amplifier. Okay. What is important to realize is that in SRAMs, you can do it like this. But for DRAMs, you have to put the sense amplifier and then you have to put the mux. Because in DRAMs, you need the sense amplifier for refreshing the contents of the DRAM. When we will start the DRAM part, most probably after the midterms, we will look into this aspect, the refresh aspect. But for now, because we're talking about sense amplifier and muxes, I just want you to park this idea in your mind that for DRAM, there is a sense amplifier for every column, whereas for SRAM, there is one sense amplifier for 4 to 8 columns. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So then
सर आइसोलेशन ट्रांजिस्टर में किसको बोला गया है?
इस वाले में तो आइसोलेशन ट्रांजिस्टर है ही नहीं. Oh, PowerPoint needs to terminate. Something has happened. Let me come back. I am here. PowerPoint needs to come back. Give me a moment. So इस वाले डिजाइन में आइसोलेशन ट्रांजिस्टर नहीं है, नहीं तो जो PMOSes हैं जो बिटलाइन को और उसको कनेक्ट करते हैं, दे आर कॉल्ड आइसोलेशन ट्रांजिस्टर्स.
ओके
ओके, इसमें आइसोलेशन ट्रांजिस्टर नहीं है. मैंने तो जस्ट ये फोटो सेंस एम्प की ये लगाई है कि जस्ट टू शो दैट डिकोडिंग इज हैपनिंग एंड देन द सेंस एम्पलीफायर इज प्लेस्ड. बट इन अ टिपिकल सेंस एम्पलीफायर दोस PMOSes आर कॉल्ड द आइसोलेशन ट्रांजिस्टर्स. ओके. So we'll look into the self-timing also when we talk about mismatch. That would be before mid-sem. Okay. So going forward, we look at the right driver circuit. In the right driver, what you need to do is you need to discharge either bit line or bit line bar depending on what data you have. So this is a very simple implementation of a right driver circuit. In reality, we also need to mix mask bit. We need to also have clock somewhere. So in reality, there are other things also which need to come, but this is the very basic logic of a right driver circuit. For implementing, let us say, negative bit line, you may want to again have some capacitor and a small charge pump inside the right driver. So all those things can be required when you want to make a really good right driver in an advanced technology. But otherwise, it's a very simple circuit where you want to take one side to 0, the other side to 1. Okay.
ये दो इन्वर्टर फिर से लगे हुए हैं सर, इसका भी.
I'm sorry.
We are using these two inverters on right data port again. So is that the same reason the load wala?
Not exactly. Just give me a moment. Yeah, I'm sorry. So over here, this is data input pin. You need data bar also. This much you understand? Because you want to take one bit line to 0, the other one has to remain as 1.
Yes.
So you need bit data and data bar. So एक inverter तो आएगा ही आएगा. Now the question is, N2 could have been directly driven by write data. Why did I put it after 2 inverters? That is the question.
Yes, sir. The first inverter could be removed, and we could like say a bit line bar.
See, N1 had to be driven by data bar.
Yes, sir.
So what we are essentially saying is that we do not put this inverter there, and we instead put write data directly onto N2.
Yes.
That is
yes.
what we are saying. Am I right?
Yes.
So what is the problem with that? You tell me.
Sir, that number of gates between the right data port and the bit line, that is different for both.
वो तो अभी भी है. अभी भी N1 के लिए एक इन्वर्टर है, N2 के लिए 2 इन्वर्टर्स हैं.
सर यहाँ भी भाई लोड वाला कॉन्सेप्ट आएगा क्या? मतलब N2 के लिए भी फिर वो लोड बैलेंसिंग हम लोग कर देंगे, अगर इस तरफ भी उसको इन्वर्टर मिल जाएगा, इस तरफ भी लोड
बैलेंसिंग ये तो ड्राइवर है, इसके लिए लोड का मतलब क्या हुआ? यहाँ तो करंट का फ्लो ऐसे जाना है ना, मतलब यहाँ पे तो whatever is happening, you have to sync the bit line charge.
yes.
Now, is that a hint? I have to sync charge from the bit line. So it's not about loading.
Okay, sir. So if we do that, if we do not give first inverter, then in case we want to discharge that, so that won't happen. नहीं sir, ये भी सही नहीं लग रहा.
So look at it like this. You wanted to write a data, so there is a memory placed over here, and there is a buffer to drive data input into the memory. Okay? That is how memory would be connected. Let us say this is the D pin. यहाँ तक clear है?
Yes, sir.
Now, let us say we directly connected that D pin onto this write driver, and bit line has to discharge from here. What have you effectively done? So the bit line had a capacitance of, let us say, 1 picofarad. You have connected 1 picofarad of load onto this driver now, which the driver was not even aware of. And on the other hand, for the bit line bar, there is a separate driver that you have put inside the memory, which would discharge it at this pace. Now for N2, the discharge would only happen like this. It will discharge to 0. But now that loading has already gone bad, haywire. When you want to discharge bit line discharge like this, bit line bar discharge like that. Is that a good situation? Hello, is that a good situation?
Sir, can you repeat about the bit discharge again?
So let us say you do not have this driver at all, and write data is directly discharging through N2. That is the question. Let us directly connect write data to N2. Now, write data to N2 means now bit line would discharge from this entire path, which could be hundreds of microns away from the memory. So while bit line bar would discharge like this, the other bit line would discharge at a much slower rate, because this is a capacitance, this is a much larger capacitance. Moreover, you do not even know what size of this driver is. This driver you size so that it can discharge 1 picofarad capacitance in one specific time duration. That driver is not even in your hands. That the system designer put there based on whatever constraints he or she had. So the other bit line is discharging at this rate. Is this okay?
Yes, sir.
It is okay. Is it an acceptable situation?
Yes, sir. But you are saying that write data will come from far away from the memory, so that's why it will take more time to discharge bit.
Yeah. So do you want it to be like that?
No, sir.
Nahi na? That is why you put the second driver also. And you say, okay, let there be some delay, but at least what happens? When I put the second driver, I may discharge the bit line bar after some delay, but at least I have control over what this delay is. I can characterize it. I can see it in my simulation. This slope I will not be able to see in my simulations because I do not know where the system will put the output, the input driver there. It is not in my control at all. And as a designer, you do not want to do anything of that sort with your circuits. So as soon as a circuit comes, what do? You buffer them. You only use buffered inputs. You never connect unbuffered inputs to your source and drain regions, to your drivers. Okay?
Okay, sir. Sir, also here we are writing data at bitline bar side, right?
Yeah, whatever write data came, if write data was 1, you ensured bit remained 1 and bit bar went to 0. If write data was 0, you ensured bit remained 0, bit bar went to 1. You could have done differently also. Doesn't matter. All that you need to do is change the sense amplifier connection so that whatever you write, you read also accordingly.
So this is exactly similar to what we studied earlier also, like at the drain or the source, we have the two different diffusion capacitances, and you do not know, I mean, like when
Yeah. So Rajat had not done the DVD course, no?
Okay.
This is the same concept. You never put in direct inputs on source and drain. That is why you do not use pass transistor logic in SAN itself. Exactly the same concept. Okay. आगे बढ़े?
Yes.
So now while we talk about these circuits, what is also important to understand is that there are race conditions also inside the memory. For example, before the word line is selected, recharge should switch off. Or before the word line is selected, write driver should switch on so that my bitline and bitline bar are already at that 0 and 1 position. Or sense amplifier should turn on only after sufficient differential is available at the sense amplifier inputs. Come whatever may. Even for the worst case cell, I should be able to get the sufficient differential at my sense amplifier inputs. So what are we talking about? We are saying that precharge should switch off before word line is selected. Now precharge is running in the IO. Word line is selected in the array. They are hundreds of microns away. There could be n number of stages before precharge is driven. There could be a completely different m number of stages before word line is driven. But there is this matching that we need to do. So these are race conditions which a memory designer has to very carefully take care of when designing the memory. Okay. So these are just a sample set of race conditions. For every circuit you design, you have to see, is there an assumption that I have made? For example, when we were talking about writability in the memory cell, what did we say? Bit lines will discharge and then the word line would come. It's an assumption we have made. We have to ensure that as a designer that this happens that way. When we were talking about read, we said bit lines were precharged to VDD. Word line comes, bit line is discharged. The assumption is precharge should have been turned off before word line comes. That assumption has to be verified and ensured by a memory designer. Is this clear?
So what does this line means in absence of cross-coupled PMOS in write driver? Where did we have the PMOS cross-coupled in write driver?
So we do not have a PMOS cross-coupled over here. We showed that kind of a PMOS or something over here. So what we are saying is pre-charge basically. So what we are saying is that let us say that your word line comes and your write signal comes later. So what would
Achha.
happen? What would happen? Your
word line मतलब वो गलत bit line
bit
पहले
bar would start to discharge.
हाँ.
Now write came. Now your bit discharges. So आपने जो अपना राइट एनालिसिस करा था उसमें आपने क्या कहा था, दूसरी तरफ बिट लाइन इज एट VDD, this side bit line is at ground, but now the other bit line is not at VDD, so the Vx that you had assumed is no longer there. The Vx is reduced, so your writability is compromised. So what is done is, on this we put cross-coupled PMOSes, so that whichever bit line goes to 0, it ensures that whatever discharge had happened due to this spurious read is taken care of. I precharge it through this PMOS, so the other bit line is taken back up to VDD, so that my writability doesn't degrade. Is it okay? Hello?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So again, there is so much to memory design. I cannot teach you everything and each and everything, but I want you to understand the way of how to design, the way of how to look for race conditions, the method of identifying solutions. I want you to learn that, because there is so many fish, I cannot really feed you fish every day. Your requirement of fish is so much. But if I teach you how to fish, now you go wherever, you will not go hungry. That is my idea. Is that okay?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So I thought that we would start decoder design today. We are at the fag end of the class. What do we do? Let's have a quick look at what is the motivation of this row decoder and what all these row decoders things are. And then we will start from there in the next class. Is that okay? So first of all, in the last class itself, we saw that there are different ways to manage the address bus or scrambling inside the memory. You remember we talked about 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on to implement 3 bits of MUX8. You remember that?
Yes, sir.
So we said that this is called as memory scrambling. So how we use different bits of the address bus will really change the scrambling inside the memory big time. Now there are some benefits of it and there could be some demerits of it also. On that day when we discussed it like this, we said that if I can break the word line between them, I can save dynamic power. Yaad hai?
Yes.
So in the same way, there are a few questions that I would want you to ponder upon when you talk about these ideas. So what is a page? What is a bank? What is a page? When I say that I have a few bits or a few words in one region, like 0, 1, 2, 3 in one region, 4, 5, 6, 7 in another, 8, 9, 10, 11 in this one, and 12, 13, 14, 15 in this one. So I have so this I call as paging. Whereas some words are in this region, some words are fully in that region, some words are fully in that region. These are called pages. We go to paging to reduce dynamic power. Okay. Now, in every page, what may happen is that, let us say this particular page has 1,000 words, or let us say this page has 512 rows. Now 512 rows means that this bit line would have a huge capacitance. So what is done is we say, okay, we'll break this 512 rows into 4 chunks of 128 rows. And this is called a bank. Okay. So in different companies, in different places, someone will call it mini array. Someone would call it short bit line, local bit line, whatever. For this class, let us call this as a bank. Is that okay? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So now if these are pages and these are banks, which bits would you use to select the banks? Which bits would you use to select the pages? I don't want an answer now. Think about it. Think about what happens if LSBs are used for page selection. And what happens if MSBs are used for page selection? What happens if MSBs are used for column decoding? So let's close the class here, and I'll let you think about these aspects, and we can start the discussion in the next class from this. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
So we have a quiz tomorrow at the same time, 10:30, and we will otherwise meet next on 16th at 10:30 regular class time. Okay?
Yes, sir.
See you later then. Bye-bye. I'm stopping the recording.
So we can skip today's lecture for the quiz tomorrow. I mean, would you suggest to go over it?
Yeah. Tomorrow's quiz will not have this lecture there.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. All the best.
Thank you.